I wanted to talk to you all about a topic: health is wealth. This is Mr. Amen, and this is a Let Them Know Media production. So I want to tell y'all that health is wealth, right? So think about the value of taking care of yourself and how that translates into having a good day, a good time, and a healthy life, right? If you're taking care of yourself, if you're working out, I said this in one of my past videos, the 3 keys to health and longevity. If you haven't seen that video, please go down into the channel and check out that video. It's called the 3 keys to health and longevity. So in that video, I talk about 3 keys. One being lean muscle, the food that we eat and the way that we, utilize our emotions every day. And so it translates into health being wealth, right? Having the appropriate food that we eat, nourishing our bodies, right? Working out, whether if that's at home or if it's at the gym, working out. We got lean muscle. You know what I'm saying? We stretching, we're doing yoga, we're doing Pilates. You know what I'm saying? You're doing everything to keep your body mobile and giving yourself a lot of movement to make sure that as you're getting older and taking care of yourself, that translates in the utilization of how you're able to move around, right? The food that we eat, the nourishment to the body, the nourishment to the cells, the nourishment to the organs and stuff that, play a vital role in our lives. And last but not least, balancing out our emotions, not allowing our emotions to, play a role in the excretion of a lot of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, which, that hormone in and of itself has been proven scientifically through plenty of research for years and years that it plays a role in, aging faster than what we should sometimes. And so, if we taking care of ourselves, then we have a healthy life, And I wanted to also talk about health and wealth like this. When you look at those two words, there's only a 1-letter difference. Health with an H, wealth with a W, right? So look at how similar those words is, right? So when you're wealthy, a lot of times we think right away about being rich. Even though it is a classification, it has a definition of being rich, but it also has a definition of being, successful in your life. And true success in your life is the value of how you take care of yourself. So let's take care of ourselves so that we may have a vibrant life, so we can live our lives to the fullest. And when we live in our lives to the fullest, we feel great about that. That's working on that inside. That's that inside work, and that inside work does a lot of things in order for us to translate that into our, outward lives. And so, health being wealth should be one of the keys to just life and enjoying yourself, getting the most out of life, just being able to get the most out of life, and if you living with any kind of ailments like diabetes, high blood pressure, there's things that you can do to have a better lifestyle that can most likely reverse those ailments, right? In order for you to get the best out of your life, and let's keep moving in a way where we can do the things that we need to do to live the lives that we want to live, and let that translate into how successful you become in your life. So health is wealth. Health is wealth. That should be one of the practices in your daily life. That should be in the forefront of your mind. in everything that you're doing. So it translates in how you take care of yourself, how you move with yourself, and the things that you do for yourself. All right. And you can pass that down to the children. Instead of giving the children McDonald's and chicken nuggets all the time and foods that's not nourishing to the body. Let's start passing these same traits down to our children, these same life skills to our children, so we can change the demographic of the generations, right? So we can have a healthier little boy, a healthier little girl that grows up and becomes a healthy man and woman living healthy lifestyle. So health is wealth. I want to say thank you all for listening. And if you like this video, please, comment and tell me how you feel about this content. Tell me how you feel about these topics. Please subscribe. I heard one of, my favorite podcaster, that I listen to. His name is Stephen Bartlett. And he said that's a free donation, right? It's like a free donation. So if you please subscribe to my channel, it helps me keep building up this channel in order to keep pushing this content so it can reach the people that need to hear this. There's a lot of people that need to hear positive things. They're going through stuff. They don't think nobody can relate to them in the things that they're doing and the strides that they're taking. A lot of people don't feel seen. And so please subscribe to this channel. And one other thing that you can do outside of liking and subscribing is share this content. Share it with somebody that you know that's going through something, because they might need to hear how health is wealth. They might be going through some things, and this content right here can make them feel the need to do something positive in their life. And as always, I want to say thank you, and I want to say that in advance. I appreciate y'all for listening. Peace.